I think it's extremely useful book for scholars, for students, for all people that are in a way addressing issues of freedom of expression, freedom of the media, and how to tackle problems with hate speech, with, I would even say, dangerous speech that can negatively affect our society. So we see global trends that are negative towards free speech, and that is why I think it's extremely important that like-minded governments, international organizations dealing with human rights do not take this trend for granted, and to do their utmost in order to protect free speech, to talk about it even more than ever before, because I think we are standing at a crossroads and we need to do something, and we need to do it now.
And this book is also focusing in a way on context. What are the contextual differences for freedom of speech? Not to engage in some sort of cultural relativism, but to understand how we can find out enabling policies considering the specific cultural environments and traditions in a specific country.
It is a legitimate right of any government to protect their society, but not at the expense of respect for human rights. I do not think we can live in a secure society without respect of human rights, including free speech and freedom of the media. There are, of course, positive steps. There are some countries moving in a good direction, trying to ease on restrictions, trying to introduce good laws, decriminalizing libel, adopting laws, better laws to access information. And we work with these countries, introducing new legislation in relation to broadcasting regulation, public service broadcasting, and many other issues. But at the same time, I must say that globally, trend is negative when it comes to freedom in general. Freedom of speech, freedom of the media, free flow of information, all these things that many of us are trying to assist governments, assist civil societies. I can see certain trends in Central Asia closing, South Caucasus having problems as well, the Balkans that we thought it's in a way solved.
I hope that this book will contribute to an inspired conversation on freedom of speech, freedom of the press, access to information, and censorship. I hope this book will be also useful to learn from each other on this subject from widely diverse cultures. I hope that this book will help many Europeans to learn from free speech practices in Africa, for example, or Asia, or elsewhere, and vice versa. And I hope this book will also be useful to understand and learn about the importance of the tradition of freedom of speech in all sorts of countries. Traditions of freedom of speech that we can build on.